I'm leaning on the lamppost.
Hello and welcome to the LampPod. It is me, Sam, and you,
Neil. In higher frame rates.
Higher frame
We were in
rate.
higher frame rates. We fixed it. Well, I don't know how we fixed it.
We were pretending that we fixed it.
we
I
didn't.
think the camera just warmed up, and it was
So the reserved sign become like a thing.
It's gonna reserve for me.
No. Anyway, yeah. So this is
Yes.
our first proper filmed podcast. We're gonna try and do these in hour chunks because software we're filming on only lets us record hour long videos.
Probably starting from next week, we're going to do less than an hour for the whole podcast anyway.
Yeah, we're going to try and sort of limit ourselves to 45 minutes.
Yeah, because I mean, an hour is a long time to watch. So.
I think also a lot of the time we're talking about news we don't want to be.
Yeah. I think we should just make it, what we want to talk about instead of this happened.
Yeah, because you know the news. You just come here to hear our opinionated.
Maybe.
Selves.
We don't know why you come here.
I don't know why.
Let us know in the comments why you come here, if you do at all.
But yeah, so this week Comic-Con happened.
Woo!
So to celebrate, we're gonna get drunk.
Yeah, woo!
Give me beer.
This is so planned.
Woo!
Woo! Beer.
Not sponsored.
Not
Heineken tastes terrible. So does Bulmers. Don't drink it.
I can't believe anyone would ever want to drink Bulmers. You probably just killed 7 people with that sound.
Yeah, I know. Bang!
Right.
Are we even on the right setting for this?
Yeah, we are. Don't worry.
Okay.
Chill out, bro. I got it settled in the rattled.
So yeah, Comic-Con. Should we do non-superhero stuff first?
Yes.
And then we'll do a
superhero.
battle between Marvel and DC.
I mean, it's not a battle, really. Cause
It is. They are fully against each other. So let's start.
everything has to be a battle. Sorry, carry on.
So speaking of things we're not sure if we want to talk about, Sherlock and Star Trek.
Yeah,
Do we want to talk about them?
not particularly.
No.
Sherlock looks alright, but
Sherlock looks confusing. I don't
Yeah.
really. I've always sort of known what's going on in the Sherlock series.
Sherlock has got to the point now where it's
No,
like
I have
there's
no
a
idea.
bigger ongoing story than what used to be. Like first season was like individual episodes that stand on their own.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
The worst drink I've ever had in my
Yeah,
entire life.
Bulmers. Don't buy Bulmers.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's just sort of I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's lost the hype.
Yeah. Season 4, it's like, that's like 8 years.
That's a good definition. Season, you know, don't you know?
Season 4 is always the best one.
Yeah, is it
Like Arrow.
like Arrow? Just like Arrow. I think probably season 2 was probably the best one.
Yeah, Arrow season 2 and season 1. I enjoyed it.
I was talking about Sherlock.
Oh.
Sherlock season 2 is probably the best season
Yeah.
because it was the last season that sort of remained unconnected.
Remained non-Tumblr.
Yeah.
Because like literally the third season started with like a bunch of fangirls like, I reckon this is how they...
I reckon Darren Brown was there.
Was he actually?
Yeah, Darren Brown is apparently the reason, was like a fan theory reason as to how they did it.
He's part of the
And he's in
lore.
the episode.
Wow, I can't even
Which is
remember.
impressive because that's BBC and Darren Brown's...
Like Channel 4.
Channel 4,
Pretty
yeah.
strictly Channel 4, yeah.
Anyway,
So Star Trek.
yeah, Star Trek, it looks okay. It looks,
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen much.
No, we've seen the ship.
Yeah.
And we've seen the we've seen the CG behind the space, which looks quite good.
I'm going to assume it's unfinished because it didn't look right, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that the first look trailer, which we just sort of watched by accident, looked really... Like, this whole space travel thing looked really cool.
Yeah, it was
You sort of get a first-person...
almost Superman-esque.
Yeah, you get a first-person, like, hyperspace jump thing they do.
Yeah, I've got like an eyelash in my eye.
Oh, Jesus.
The thing is, we could get away with things like this before we had video, and now I'm just like awkward doing
Yeah, I
this
know.
for like half an hour.
Yeah, we need to try and get someone else on to...
We do, to show more faces.
Well, we'll try to do the first 45-minute one, and then we'll do one on a holiday we're going on together.
Yeah.
Which we'll announce at some point.
Yeah.
And,
We'll find out if you care for any videos of us on holiday.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, this is weird time to be alive. Anywho.
On to the stuff we care about.
So yeah, let's just go into films now.
Woo.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes.
What did you think?
I'm
I'm guessing you've seen it.
Yeah.
The trailer.
The most sort of standout moment was like the giant shadow demon beast war that was at the end.
Okay, yeah.
And it like
it looks like
the street.
It works for Colin Firth. Farrell.
Yeah.
I always get Colin Firth and Colin Farrell mixed up. I'm like, who? Who cares?
But yeah, that was the standout moment for me. I mean, it struck me as weird because is it called the final trailer? Or is it just like the new trailer?
I think it was just the Comic-Con trailer.
Yeah.
I think all of the trailers we're going to talk about now are Comic-Con trailer.
Well, because I think we've had a teaser and then like an other trailer for Fantastic Beasts so far, and in both of them they like never addressed the fact that there's beasts in them. This is the first trailer that we've had where it's like, oh, it's in the title of the film, but they're like, oh, there's actually beasts on the loose.
Ooh! Like, I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I thought it was going to be just a
zoo. You know exactly where to find them, and they're in cages.
It's just them looking at a map, like, where do we find the magical lion?
It's like we're lost in whatever zoo.
It's Pokemon Go. Fantastic Beasts and where to find them is Pokemon Go.
They're going to release a Pokemon Go clone, aren't they? Called Harry Potter's Fantastic.
Called Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Oh, and go.
Go find them.
Fantastic Beasts and yeah, go find them.
Go find them.
Or just Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Go.
Or just FBAWTFT. Go.
Go. Yeah.
I had to read that.
Yeah, well done you. You could have just played it off. I mean, it's not like there's footage.
No, it's not like people are watching us doing things.
No.
I feel like I've got bad habits that people are going to pick up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it definitely. This one feels like a Harry Potter film for the first time. None of the other ones sort of. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
That Harry Potter-esque.
Was there like?
Thing.
I mean, they've used the theme in like the previous trailers.
Yeah, but it's like a rocked up thing. It's like
yeah.
But it doesn't do. I think it's just that, and then it goes on to something else.
Yeah.
Is it John Williams doing this? Because originally it was.
I don't know.
The theme is written by John Williams, but I feel like he's retired after episode 8
or
episode 7
or something. I don't know. Probably not.
Someone no, I don't think it is. Yeah. Someone unknown.
Yeah.
But, which is nice. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It feels a bit more Harry Potter-y. We actually get some beasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks good. The effects look good. Because there's a human character in it who's married to a wizard.
Oh, right.
Or a witch, I guess.
Well, because it's the whole like, oh, in America you're not allowed to be.
Yeah, and he's
mingling with.
And yeah, he's not a muggle, but he's a whatever the Yanks call him.
Oh right, yeah. I didn't know
there's a new muggle meaning in America.
Muggle term, yeah, which I suppose makes sense.
Which is cool, yeah. Different dialects and stuff.
It's kind of cool.
Something they've thought about.
Yeah, it's like world building, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, this I need to read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them again because I really like the book.
Yeah.
Because it's just written as the book they read in the film, and it's like interesting. But yeah,
I'd probably check it out. We'll do a let's read.
Yeah.
Of it.
Also, if you get the chance, read Tales of the Beetle of the Bard, whatever it is.
Okay.
Which is where the whole Deathly Hallows story comes from.
Yeah.
They released that as a book as well, and that's got some pretty good sonnets and rhymes and stuff in it. It's pretty decent. Anyway, so yeah, we don't really care about Harry Potter, so we're sort of just busting through these. How long have we been recording? 8 minutes. Wham bam.
That's good. Well, I mean, there's a big bulk of superhero
stuff. Yeah, we're just trying. We're basically filling time to get to the big stuff. So Kong, Skull Island.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm excited purely because of the future of it. Because obviously you're going to get Kong versus
Godzilla versus Jaegers versus.
Yeah, are we getting that? Is that happening?
I feel like they could.
I'm not sure the Jaeger thing will happen anytime
soon. I feel like
soon.
it could happen. Or maybe they'll just refer to Kong as a Jaeger in a Godzilla movie.
Because it's not like a machine though, is it? You mean kaiju, right?
Oh yeah, I mean kaiju.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're referring to Pacific Rim, right?
I was referring to the Godzilla enemies who are the kaiju. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen that film once. I've never seen Pacific Rim, so.
Well, I guess
sue me.
I guess Godzilla is a kaiju. I don't really know what the Japanese what the term kaiju means. It's probably like large monster or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So I guess
is Godzilla a kaiju?
Yeah.
Okay, well then he's probably a kaiju.
I don't know. Well, the next Godzilla film is supposed to have like Mothra in it, King. King something.
Basically, all the people they dressed up in suits are now getting animated.
Like I forget what his name is. It's like King blah, 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 and it's like a 3-headed yellow dragon from space. It's like an alien.
Oh no, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's called either, but I know what you're talking about.
So that'd be interesting to see that, and then somehow King Kong will fit into that. Like this is like the weirdest of the shared universes that we could possibly get.
But it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we're gonna get like the universal like horror shared universe and like Superman stuff, and then Iron Man stuff. We'll have King Kong and Godzilla.
Is this trailer set up as from the studio that brought you Godzilla, or is it from the? Is there any of the actual production team behind it?
I don't know.
Because I like this film's got a really good color slate. It looks really nice. The cinematography is great in it. Kong looks cool, but I'm worried it's going to have the same problem I had with Godzilla, where we don't see enough of him.
Probably. But at the same time,
because it's all smoky and him like off in the distance, and that's just gonna fuck me off if I have to sit through another film like that.
Just because it's a teaser, I think.
That I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Which is why I went into Godzilla. Like a lot of people weren't sold on it. They were like, "Oh, Bryan Cranston's in it. It might be good."
Yeah. We'll see more of Godzilla in the film.
It wasn't the best movie ever, but people enjoyed it enough.
Yeah.
This one, I'm afraid they're gonna do that again.
I think they would have learned
because the Godzilla promo stuff was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, with the 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like.
But that was all you got from the film.
That was the film. The film was an extended.
Which was look, it's Godzilla. Oh, look, a door shot. Oh look, it's Godzilla. Oh look, there's smoke. Oh look, it's Godzilla. No, stop looking. He's not there.
He's just pointless
until the end where he like breathed fucking acid or some shit down nuclear reactor down the
nuclear breath.
Which was cool. It was an awesome shot. Probably one of the best shots of the year.
The thing is, King Kong loses, right? How do you beat that? How do you beat Godzilla?
Well, this isn't...
It's Batman v Superman. Like, Batman shouldn't win, but somehow he will.
Well,
like, King Kong's gonna win.
Well, I feel like King Kong's got more of like a reach.
He's got longer arms.
And I feel maybe they'll explain...
Yeah, but Godzilla's reach is like his breath, man. He can go like...
Yeah, but maybe they'll explain in universe that him doing that is draining for him.
Yeah, probably.
Like, Godzilla has the hardest fucking time to build up that.
Yeah, like if King Kong like
he can only do it once,
he can jump in. And,
or like maybe he just can't do it like a long distance. Maybe they're gonna have to
it's like
limit
a shotgun
him.
breath.
They're gonna have to basically like Professor X him.
Yeah.
Like disable him for a film or whatever.
How is that? The one thing I noticed about the trailer was King Kong is so much bigger than he was in the previous iteration of King Kong. Because obviously they now have to make him match up to
Peter Jackson's.
Yeah, Peter Jackson's Andy Serkis one. But now he's like a giant King Kong because obviously they know in the future he's going to have to go up against Godzilla, who was fucking huge in that in the Godzilla film.
Yeah, well, everything's just scaled up, which is fine. I mean, Godzilla's a lot bigger in Godzilla than he was in the 1997 one.
Which makes me wonder, like, every time they reboot Godzilla or King Kong, it gets bigger. So like 5 generations down the line, when we're like old men, and they're like, "Oh, the new King Kong's coming out," I'm just gonna be like stepping from country to country. It's like,
and then they're trying to show him, but they can't.
They can't. They literally can't. There's like no lenses wide enough to do that.
So that Family Guy skit where they're trying to get that I don't know who the actress is, but they're trying to get her head in shot.
Oh right.
So alright, is she in shot? No. All right, keep moving back. Action! Damn it!
God damn it!
Yeah. But and like Godzilla, everyone sort of said in the trailer like, "Oh, he's massive compared to how he was." Didn't annoy me in the film.
No.
I feel like King Kong, once you see him like without all this shit, it won't annoy me. As long as they get the scale right, as long as the scale doesn't change.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm fine with that.
Stay pretty consistent, but is it set in the past? Because
it's set before King Kong.
Right. Okay.
So this is the first group who find the island.
I
got a feeling they might set up this film to be like, this is where the rumours of this island start.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why people are like.
So what kind of time period is that? Is that like 40s or like? Because it looked like they were using like Tommy guns and stuff.
Yeah.
But then they had like helicopters, and I wasn't sure. So.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, they had helicopters.
Well, I mean, they could by all means just dispute the King Kong story.
Yeah.
If they're rebooting a universe, they could just be like, well, King Kong is a story, but we don't have to include it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like when people keep adapting like comic book movies and stuff, like Batman, right? You don't want to just see the same Batman origin story every time. So it'd just be nice to be like, oh, King Kong is a character, but we're doing a different story.
Well, it's like we're gonna get at some point probably we're gonna get a Planet of the Apes movie, just Planet of the Apes. But it won't have the same storyline as. Well, look at Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes compared to the original Planet of the Apes. They're completely different.
Yeah.
But they're the same.
It's just, you always struggle with the like you can't do the you blow it up scene because now everyone knows, and
so we'll just
like,
add
the time.
We'll just add an ape's face to Lincoln.
Yeah, and
to the Lincoln Memorial,
and then he'll make out with a monkey or something.
It's a terrible film.
Did he like actually made out of a monkey?
Yeah, he made out with Helena Bonham Carter as a monkey.
Yeah.
God damn it, Marky Mark.
Wahlberg. What's next?
That's it for the trailers that aren't trailers.
Dank.
I mean, there was also the Snowden trailer, but I didn't watch that because I didn't really care.
I didn't either.
I feel like there's other trailers than this.
Probably.
But I also feel like I might just be thinking of the DC trailers.
Probably. Leave in the comments if we missed out your favourite trailer.
Which is probably going to be like Sherlock or Star Trek. Alright, what do you want to do first? Do you want to do Marvel or DC?
Do a bit of both.
Should we start with Marvel? Let's start with Marvel. Let's start with something easy on Marvel, because I put this down because I feel like a lot of people won't talk about it because it just sort of happened.
Okay.
And it wasn't like announced, it was just sort of shown. The new logo.
The new logo.
What do you think?
I'm extremely happy.
I'm happy it's now completely different from the Fox one.
Yeah, so Fox can carry on with their Marvel logo.
Because it was so similar, and like I've always said, for ages I've said, seeing studios underneath Marvel in a small font just makes me so much more relaxed going into a movie.
Flutters like,
I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not gonna hate it. They've got Kevin Feige.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Feige is the hero.
But then
people start saying like, well, the Fox movies are part of the universe. And like, it's not.
No, and yeah, hopefully this will be another sort of differentiation from
this. Yeah, it will hopefully help regular audiences be like, oh, these things are different. Hopefully.
The regular audio.
I mean, just check out the subtle plug, the Stan Lee theory, and just read the comments, and everyone's like...
I hope they're sarcastic.
I think, like half of them aren't, surely.
Because we've got like the synced up Lamppost account, so we both edit videos and stuff at home. Like I've now recently started editing the LampPod, so
if the quality drops,
which is also why I've been like, let's record it so I don't have to do as much work. Like, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we get all these notifications, and it's always like, what about him? What about
Spider-Man?
What about him in Fantastic Four? He was in that movie.
Yeah, you missed out 5 Spider-Man movies. Like, but you know that 3 of those aren't connected to the other 2, right? And then it's like, but then they're not connected. Christ.
None of it's connected. Ignore Spider-Man.
You forgot Daredevil.
He's like, wrong until now.
Yeah, like when he does his next one, we'll explain that. But
I feel like soon we're gonna get like, what about Luke Cage? What about Iron Fist?
What the fuck, man?
Why are you missing Iron Fist?
What I do like though is that people occasionally comment like, "Oh, this explains why he says this in Civil War," and it's like, yeah,
yeah, because that was one of the first comments we got.
Yeah,
I think it was before we saw Civil War, even.
No,
or maybe on the day we saw it.
I think it was like the day we saw it.
We saw it first day it released, but
it was it was the night one. It was the night. Or...
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it at 12 o'clock on the morning, I guess.
Yeah,
of
with my brother as well. I forgot.
Oh yeah, your brother was there. Yeah. We need to get him on here.
We do. We'll get him on
because he's a nerd.
Yeah,
we're all nerds here. But yeah,
he's a nerd.
But yeah, I really like the new logo. How's it start?
What were you talking about?
The logo.
The logo. Sorry, yeah. I was just like, how's it
start? Does it start like with comic book stuff and then becomes?
Yeah, it starts with comics.
Because I couldn't tell whether it was or whether it was like a Doctor Strange like.
Well, it's almost
specific
like
it's mind fuck thing.
It's kind of like I just hit the table, so I apologise for the spike in audio that's probably just happened. But
so every time we put down these, they're probably getting a.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Thud.
Well, I mean, we put the thing on the... I don't know. Sorry if it is. We'll learn for next time.
Troubleshoot.
But yeah, so it starts with flickering of comics. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's like a cock tease of like, is this a shit Marvel movie or is it Marvel Studios? And then suddenly you see like You see the footage. Oh no, you see the.
I want that to be GIF.
It's You see.
Now I've done it too.
God damn
Fuck. You don't know sarcasm in a GIF.
But you see. What the hell am I saying? It's the artistic pictures. It's like the concept art of like all the different characters.
I reckon it would be cool if.
But then it goes to the footage.
Yeah, I reckon it would be cool if they did, like, movie specific. So the only time you get every character, like, before you get the Marvel Studios, it's during like the next Infinity War.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that would be cool.
But then I suppose like you watch the Doctor Strange one, and it's just like Doctor Strange. Oh, great.
No, but it's many Doctor Strange.
Oh. But it's the MCU like art. So it's like what they end up using on all the like promotional stuff. It's not like this is Doctor Strange throughout the years. This is the concept art of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could still do that.
That'd be cool.
But it's just really cool to see how they can actually use footage in the opening now. So you've got like I'm pretty sure it's Captain America with a shield, like in the forest, and then like Black Widow doing something, and then Hulk probably doing something.
Well, it's cool because I mean Marvel are also behind the Fox movies.
Yeah.
So like, as much as they hate to admit it, they are behind the Fox movies.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they now have a way of being like, well, it's not technically the comic books guys behind the movies anymore. It's now
it's
just
the studio. Like,
yeah.
You recognise these movies? Like,
do you recognise these other things you enjoyed?
Yeah. Excuse me.
But yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do all the Marvel news because Marvel had a lot of announcements and DC only really did trailers.
Yeah, I think DC's probably like more key information stuff because it's like trailers.
Whereas... So if we do all the Marvel news, then the Marvel trailers.
Yeah.
We'll do like alternate.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Alternate DC. So
let's do that.
Next thing I've got is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 had some announcements.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth Debicki is going to be playing Aisha.
Yeah,
I think we speculated about this before.
Right.
I seem to recall saying Aisha in a podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this was like a rumour, so now this has been confirmed.
So it's basically confirmed.
She's the leader of the sovereign people, which means stuff.
Nothing to me.
No, absolutely
sovereign people
to me.
Sovereign.
But the big news out of the, because apparently the teaser they showed, like the footage, was just like footage from the first film.
Really?
I don't know. I felt like I heard that.
Well, there was an actual.
Oh no! Wait, no. There was a baby Groot.
Well, it was a clip that was basically Yondu.
Oh, okay.
So
he's got a mohawk now.
Yeah, he has, which is comic accurate, right?
Yeah.
So originally he had like a small mohawk, which was just flat on top.
Which was fine. Like,
I was like, that's a cool interpretation. But now he's like,
is that heavy? Do you reckon?
Probably. I don't know.
I can't see that being comfortable.
Well, so this is what the clip was, right? So there, for some reason, Yondu is in a cell, like a Ravager cell.
Okay.
With Rocket and Groot.
Ooh.
So the Ravagers have like boycotted him or something and chucked him.
Is Groot still baby Groot?
Yeah, he's like
this takes place like it's supposed to take place directly after.
A few months after, yeah. But he's not like baby Groot, but he's like stand on your shoulder Groot kind of thing. Like he's that.
Yeah.
And so Yondu's like, yo, Groot, whatever, like go out and find me my new Mohawk arrow control device. And then he apparently comes back like 3 or 4 times with different things, and he's like, "No, you idiot! Like none of those things." He like comes back with a wardrobe or something at some point, apparently, or desk. I think someone said.
I think you find out that Groot's like incredibly strong even as a baby at one point. Like,
well, I mean, if he's pulling a desk, yeah, probably. But so then eventually he brings over the Yondu's new Mohawk device, and then he goes ham with his arrow. And it just like kills all the Ravagers, and then they take over the ship, and that's apparently the end of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then next news out of it was Kurt Russell has finally been announced to be playing Ego, the Living Planet. So Mr. Sunday's movies hashtag for Al Pacino, the Living Planet. Did not work.
Didn't work. No.
Did not work.
Because
sad to hear.
Kurt Russell was already playing him.
But yeah, he by him playing Ego the Living Planet, he is also Star-Lord's dad by default.
Mm. Well, not by default because
that's basically the way it goes.
Well, I mean, Ego
is Star-Lord's dad.
Well, no, he's not. Not in the comics.
Yeah, but in this.
By
default, he is also.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
Which is what I'm saying.
Because, like, literally months ago, like, one of the earliest podcasts we did, we were like, oh, Kurt Russell's been announced. Everyone thinks he's going to be Star-Lord's dad, which is what he is. But no, I don't think anyone saw him being Ego the Living Planet. Like,
I'm glad.
That's crazy. It's hilarious because it's weirdly, like, deliberately funny, but at the same time, like, you can see what the joke there is going to be like. How did you, like, do it? You're like a planet. Like, my mom was a human. Like, Jesus.
Because she described him as an angel, like, in the first one.
Of, like, shining light and stuff.
Yeah. So,
but he has a human form.
Yeah.
Because we've seen...
we've seen Kurt Russell.
Well, we've seen Kurt Russell.
Bound to. He's like...
you know what I mean? He could have been a voice, but it's like, they showed off the costume. Mm-hmm. Agent M on Twitter, like Marvel, whatever bloke, social media guy.
Another!
Showed off the costume that Kurt Russell will be wearing.
Did you get my joke?
Yes, because
Thor.
But yeah.
Thor.
Like,
sweet.
The costume didn't look big enough for Kurt Russell.
No, yeah,
it looked like Loki would wear it or something.
But I mean, Kurt Russell...
Two different body shapes.
Kurt Russell sort of puts on and takes off weight. He looked a bit scrawny up until Hateful Eight, so I guess he could be scrawny.
That's a good point.
Do you reckon he's going to break any, like, historical artifacts in this film?
He's going to break a planet. Just destroys the moon. Like, God damn it, man! We only had one of those. God. Mass flooding occurs as a result.
Kurt Russell is incredibly good. Yeah. I really like him. I really liked him in fucking Hateful Eight. And I liked him in Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and Big Trouble in Little China. He was in that. Huh. So the next piece of news is Christopher Walken is gonna be in the MCU. No, he's not. I wish. I don't know. I started croaky and I was like, go with it.
Just go
embrace. So yeah. Speaking of costume that we're getting, Hulk armor. Hulk armor and Thor Ragnarok.
And it looks sick. If you haven't seen this, look it up. Basically, the Hulk has armor called gladiator armor or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it very much looks like they're going to be there's a mini adaptation of Planet Hulk in Thor 3.
Yeah.
And he's got like a warhammer. I'm pretty sure he had like a big little knife as well. Was that right?
It's a hammer and an axe.
Oh, and an axe. That was it. So he has a hammer and an axe, and he's also got a helmet with a mohawk.
Yeah. Well, it's not a mohawk. It's the old gladiator.
It's the classic, like, bush kind of thing.
But yeah, it looks
that is
cool.
way too loud for that mic. Everyone's dying.
Lovely. It's lovely.
It's not.
That's what you get for not watching. We're filming this for you. You should be watching.
The person that just listened to you say that. What? I'm sorry. I don't advocate this.
Fuck you.
No, don't.
No, thank you. Thank you for watching.
They made it this far.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's what you get for not watching.
Yeah,
you just watched it this far.
Yeah, well done.
I don't agree with what he just said there. Okay,
it's fine.
You know,
he's not even really part of the channel.
No.
It's all me.
Yeah,
I do everything.
Stanley, that wasn't me.
This is why we sit so far apart. It looks like we're sitting like fucking miles away from each other.
It is. Got a pillow.
Stop trying to promote the fox. Anyway, Hulk armor in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I'm really happy about it.
It's one of those things. It's like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it looks cool. What can you say about it? Apart from the fact that when they unveiled it, it looked like untextured.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this is straight from the set. But like, why would you need a practical hammer for Thor, who's a CG?
Well, you'd need it for scenes where like there's probably going to be a scene where like Thor walks past this armor that's set up, and he's like, so that's a big
Hulk could use that.
Well, no, he just sort of looks at me and goes, that's a big fighter or whatever. A big fighter would wear that suit.
I hope it's like.
And then he goes out, and then he comes out, and he's like, shit, it's Hulk. Yeah. And I was like, that's Hulk does. And then he goes, smash! And then they smash. Yeah.
That's the point. Do you reckon Hulk will speak a bit more?
I hope so. Because he's sort of getting there. I felt like gradually throughout the film.
Well, the thing
he's
is,
got the same sort of thing as Caesar in the Planet of the Apes.
Except
movies.
like extremely slowed down.
Oh yeah.
Like he said like 5 words in the Incredible Hulk. Then he said like in the event. Well, in the Incredible Hulk, he said, "Leave me alone." When he first became the Hulk, like in the first scene when the bottom thing, he said, "Hulk smash."
Well, does he say that? Does he say that before he changes? Does he say that like mid-change?
Well, I mean, possibly
because I feel like he says that whilst you can't see him.
Yeah, it's just like leave me alone. So it's like it's deep.
So it could be him.
It's quite possibly just Norton like leave me alone. Yeah. Jesus. But then he says Hulk smash on the roof when he's like
yeah.
And then he says something. I think he might say Betty. But that's about it. That's what he says. And then in the Avengers, he says puny god. That's what he says.
Puny god.
And then in Age of Ultron, he doesn't actually say anything.
Oh, does he not?
No, he doesn't say a single word.
Oh. I feel like he says.
He should have said like the bit where.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. And then instead of like spitting out a tooth, he should have been like prick or something like. That would have been so funny.
Dick.
Yeah, dick. Like Stark or something. I don't know. Stank.
Tony.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't say anything. So he's going the reverse way. He's slowly saying less.
Which is a thing.
Yeah. He'll probably have lines in Thor 3.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. I want to see... I was thinking about this the other day. Like a cool scene would be like Thor throws the hammer. Mm-hmm. And then like calls it back. Or something. Or like before he throws it, he gets like Banner to hold on to it. So he throws it, launches Banner. Banner's like flying through the air, and then he goes Gah! And like hulks out mid-fly.
I feel like that would
smashes.
kill Banner. But...
No, but how you can't kill Banner.
Yeah,
so, like, the thing is, you'd break his arm, but then Hulk would just like
fix it.
Yeah, and then like he'd just cannonball.
I feel like the only way you could do it is how they did it before, where Hulk throws it, he tries to catch it mid-air.
That's the point. Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be great. Like Thor, I need to get over this ridge or something. Like he's like. Catch this! And it's like, that'd be so good. I want to see that. Oh, god damn it! I changed back. God.
So yeah, another thing that we got to see actually live. We didn't go, but people did who did go.
Yes.
The new Ghost Rider vehicle in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which everyone was sort of under the impression it was going to be a Netflix. But I think this is the way to go.
Well, because so everyone thought it was going to be like, oh, they're going to do the Defenders, then they'll do the Marvel Knights, which is like Moon Knight, Punisher, Ghost Rider, and Blade.
They've got basically they've just got the rights back for all of these characters.
Which is probably why I was like, oh, they're going to do it.
So Netflix is the way to go, which makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I'll try and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to get Ghost Rider, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think is also their sort of marketing, like their viewing of it.
Yeah.
So people like...
And I think they're doing it at the right time now as well, because I don't know if, like, quite what Ghost Rider is, but he's definitely not science. He's like magic, almost.
Yeah,
so
he's cursed. He's the devil.
So it's like demons-y stuff and like dimensions. And like next year in Thor 3 we're going to get...
we've got the idea of gods.
Yeah.
So,
but like... So
we have the idea of the devil as well.
So like in preparation for Doctor Strange introducing magic into the MCU... They're like, oh, we're going to have a magical Ghost Rider guy in our show that coincides with like the release of that film.
Yeah.
Because like, obviously it will air at the end of September, then Doctor Strange will come out in November when the series is still going. Mm-hmm. So that's good. I don't know, I think
it works.
Yeah, it ties...
It makes sense.
Which is kind of what Agent Carter was trying to do this season, earlier this year.
It would have been cool to have had Ghost Rider and Agent Carter.
Yeah.
Like classic Ghost Rider, not Johnny Blaze. Yeah. There's too many Johnny Storm, Johnny Blaze,
Johnny Test,
Johnny Cash,
Johnny Bravo,
John Smith,
that guy.
Johnny, fuck it. So yeah, no, I'm okay. But what do you think of the car? Looked black and engine-y. That was...
It's a car! That one guy shouted.
That was
the best thing.
It was the fact that we were watching it and I sort of paused it so we could talk about it, and then you went, I'm pretty sure there's a guy who shouts, it's a car.
And then you press play and it's like, it's a car!
It's a car!
Straight away. But the thing is, when I watched that video, before that guy said it, that's what I thought as well. I was just like, wow, it's a car.
Well, it's weird that it makes sense that they've not gone for the bike because it's probably more expensive to do.
Because all you'd have to do is like a CG head inside a car.
Yeah.
Instead of like
the full
whole
body
thing. Yeah.
And the bike changes as well. I
yeah,
believe.
I think so. Well, the whole bike is like on fire.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be like. I mean, they don't necessarily have to do all that, but it's probably cheaper.
I just wish they could do it. Just like Johnny Blaze, why not? You know?
Yeah.
Instead of
maybe he'll get a bike. Maybe that's something Shield who are now not Shield.
Yeah.
Give him.
Maybe they'll. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a permanent thing.
It'll be fucking awesome.
What?
They give him the bike Cap has, but from fucking First Avenger.
Yeah.
Like they have it and they're like, yeah, have this bike. You can have this one. We fixed it up. We've done some modifications.
Well, like the one that he drives in on.
Yeah, the sort of famous one he has.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I mean, it wouldn't. I don't know. I'm like, what bikes are in the MCU that they can give him?
For the sake of continuity, like, continuity porn. He gets the Captain America one, steals it from the Smithsonian, like, get the same scene when Stan Lee walks in, like, God damn it, not again.
I've been fired. First from UPS, now this. Shit.
Tony Stank.
I kept getting the names wrong. Okay, so new news about Spider-Man: Homecoming was also released, and by that I mean footage and.
What was the footage? It was just
the footage was apparently quite long, and it was apparently
because they'd only been filming for like about 3 weeks. Before they shot. So I think it was like in the high school.
So what it is. Alright, so this is what I've heard. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but apparently it starts off with Peter Parker sat in class watching YouTube videos, but it's YouTube videos of Civil War.
Oh, of Civil War. Okay.
Of him fighting Giant Man.
No way.
So someone's like filmed it on a
someone was in the airport like, oh shit.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And then the teacher calls him and sort of goes, well, Peter, like, what's the answer to the question? He looks up and just goes, oh, it's this.
Because he's a genius.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to listen, but he knows.
Yeah, he's got it locked down.
Which is cool. And then it's like a day in the life of like Peter Parker.
Right.
So it starts off with, I think it's one of them was camera, like something you'd call a camera class, like.
Okay.
And it's or like. People studies was the first one. I'm not sure how accurate these are. Okay. I think the first one was people studies.
Okay.
Or studies of women throughout time, or something like that.
Okay.
And it's just him and his friend just sat watching girls in the cafeteria. And then apparently Peter turns to him and goes, we should look away before this gets creepy. Yeah. And then the girl character, who I think is his love interest, who was announced, and I don't have a name written down anywhere. But she turns around and goes and says, "It's already creepy," like over their shoulder, to them both, and they sort of like, "Shit." Oh, shit. And then there's web design, where he's in a science class designing a web.
Clever.
Which is like, and then there's
that's great. I love this. This sounds amazing.
And then there's one. I don't know what they called this one, but apparently, like, he gets like a bleeper or whatever. He's like, "Shit, I gotta go." And the girl who sort of said it's already creepy, who's his like friend and love interest or whatever, turns to him and goes, "Go where?" And then you see him fighting. You see him suit up, fight a bit of Vulture, and then it cuts back to her and she goes, "I'm just kidding," and then like he runs off. Yeah. So it's like, okay, that's enough. Yeah. I think that's all they showed. It's something like that. If not that.
I like the school aspect of it is going to be freaking cool.
Well, it's supposed to be like a teenage rom-com.
Well, yeah, there's because like every Marvel film they come out with, they're like, oh, this one's a spy thriller and this one's a whatever, but this one is supposed to be it's a high school
coming of age movie,
coming of age high school whatever. But Kevin Feige said they want to try and follow recently, like after Comic-Con, he said they want to follow the kind of like Harry Potter model.
Okay.
So of like maybe year to year. So even though they'll be released years apart.
Well, that's I'm not sure, because so far all the all the Marvel MCU, except from the exception is Guardians.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Volume 2, they all come out pretty much within...
Yeah, like Phase 1's a bit iffy. Everything after that, apart from...
Yeah, and like Cap, obviously. But
yeah.
like, they all happen between the time of the release in the movie is how long it's been since the last film.
That was the problem I had with the idea of like Spider-Man being a year-by-year thing. Because
they've all been like, alright, if it's 3 years after Civil War after Age of Ultron comes out, then it's been 3 years since Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
These characters need to have developed 3 years worth, which wouldn't make sense in Peter Parker unless they do it separately to the.
Well, because that's the thing then, because it's like
which is weird. And
Infinity War happened, and then like a Spider-Man comes out, and it's like, but it's a year after. But then Infinity War came out 2 years. So like, is it?
Or it's a year before Infinity War.
Exactly.
Happened,
So
even though
it's
it's 2 years on.
Yeah.
It would just that would throw a spanner into the works
because
that doesn't need happening.
Yeah, it's like nice to say like, oh, we finally got like a young Spider-Man. He's going to be in school for a long time. But then like, there is no announced sequel for the film. We don't know when it's coming out. And it's
he's
going to
get older.
Exactly.
He's going to age.
It's so
he's at the age of puberty where he will just start aging.
Yeah. He's going to just change.
In 10 years, he'll look his age.
It'll be totally
unless they're very lucky and he just continues looking young.
Oh my god, they're going to do some like anti-growth tablets.
CG! So much CG!
It's going to be Andy Serkis playing a young Spider-Man.
But yeah, that'd be fun. The footage is cool, and then we've also got a picture of Vulture.
Yeah, and it looks amazing.
It looks like Falcon, but not Falcon.
Yeah,
like it looks like that.
Well, because it's like wings.
The same technology.
His wings are like massive.
His wingspan is huge.
It's like
takes like a whole fucking picture.
Jet plane, yeah.
Which is cool because that's what you want.
Because I guess it's just like, how can we do Falcon but as a villain? And they were sort of like, make his wings huge and scary. Cool.
And they'll probably have like sharp edges and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, and he's got like, you can see where his foot is, and then he's got like 3 talons and stuff, and it's like,
that's cool.
It's cool. It is Michael Keaton. Like, I know we've been on and off. Like
confirmed at Comic-Con.
Yeah, there was apparently a quick clip of that or something as well, maybe. Or
that might have been the footage.
That's a good point.
Part of the footage. I don't know. I'm not sure because there's not been any leaked footage, and I read that in an interview with someone who saw it in Hall H or whatever.
Yeah.
So it could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
We could all be stupid.
What was I going to say about Falcon? He just looks cool. How was it? I can't even remember. It just looked... Oh, that's it. It's nice to see that they're not trying to go grand. Because they easily could have been like, oh, first Spider-Man movie, we've got to do it big. Right, we're phase 3, everything's huge.
Yeah.
It's like they're taking a step back and they're like, the guy's just a bloke with wings and he's in high school. And it's just like... he's going to be fighting a weird villain who's not necessarily like a big threat.
The thing is, I'm excited for this because he gets the sarcasm that Peter Parker has. He just gets that. Yeah. I reckon it's got something to do with the fact that he's British. Because we just get that. We get wit. We get sarcasm. That's something we've sort of had, like, given to us by like just watching Only Fools and Horses growing up, or whatever. So I feel like him having that just gives him the comedy timing that. Like, I know Andrew Garfield definitely had it more than Tobey Maguire, but Andrew Garfield still couldn't grasp it. I think that was down to script.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But
because those films felt heavily like.
Because I mean the bit where he first does the car thief, that whole bit's like, oh yeah, that's
it. I think that bit is very Spider-Man, but at the same time it's also not, because
it's also really fucking he's a massive cunt.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man's an asshole, but you kind of like him. That was like uncharming assholeness. Like, oh, the boys are blue here.
All the stuff that was really good. All the stuff that Peter says in Civil War is just like, you've got a metal arm?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's just funny, sort of kind of annoying, but at the same time it's
the physics of your shield make no sense, right? But yeah. So yeah, that's all we've pretty much got to say about. We only got 2 bits of news, and then we're on to trailers, and then we're homeward bound. Black Panther. Lupita Nyong'o will take on the role of Nakia.
I don't know anything about any of this, by the way.
I just know. I've also got sort of character descriptions and stuff.
Yeah.
A member of an order of warrior women, and she will become. And the character in the comics, I'm not sure I'm not sure whether it is in the comics or it was announced in the film.
Right.
But apparently at some point the character becomes Malice,
Okay.
who is a villainess.
Okay.
But she's also supposed to be maybe a wife or a love interest for Black Panther.
Okay. Good, because Lupita Nyong'o is like my favourite person in the world.
She's great. She's absolutely
so
great.
cool.
She's so talented and fun. She just looks like she's always having fun, like when you see her in interviews and stuff.
One of the best characters in The Force Awakens is Maz.
Yeah.
And it's Lupita. She's just.
She's very good. I forget she's in that because I sort of just, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care who this is. I am invested.
If I ever, she'd probably, I'd fangirl the most over her if I met her for some reason. I haven't even like seen that many films of her, but she's fucking awesome.
She's cool.
It's just because she's like suddenly in everything, and it's like, this is so cool. I don't know.
And they also announced Michael B. Jordan's character.
Yes.
Who is confirmed to be playing the villain.
Well, he's like, it's like, whoever this character is, he was born to be a villain because his surname is what?
He's playing Eric Killmonger.
Killmonger. Someone needs to write.
He should have been Eric Fishmonger, and that should have been his whole. He should have just been a fisherman.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm a fishmonger.
Someone needs to write like a movie or a comic book where the hero has like the most blatant villain name ever. Like
Blade.
Like, yeah. Blade.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but like not anti-hero kind of.
Something. Deadpool.
Yeah, but like his like
Wolverine.
like Kilgrave.
Weapon X.
In Jessica Jones, like you can't be a hero and be called Kilgrave.
Punisher.
Yeah, but these people are like anti-heroes. You're literally naming anti-heroes.
Yeah, but they're still heroes.
But they're like evil heroes.
Kilbo Baggins. I don't fucking know.
Kilbo Baggins.
But yeah, no, it's cool that these two are getting
I think
roles.
whoever
he's the villain.
Lupita Nyong'o is playing.
Nakaya.
It's pop. I
Nokia.
think there was a character in Black. Yeah, not in Black Panther. In Civil War, that was with Black Panther. You know when they go to the car and it's like stand aside.
As entertaining as that would be.
Yeah, I think maybe she was part of that thing or something. Maybe.
So she's a warrior woman.
Yeah, because I think
That makes
of the
sense.
lore of Wakanda is like they're
An
warrior
order of
people.
warrior women.
Yeah. Although the most interesting thing about the Black Panther announcements is like where's Andy Serkis? Where's Claw? Where's the guy that you established in Age of Ultron as the villain?
Well, maybe
of Wakanda?
he'll become like a servant of like Thanos or something.
No, what?
I don't fucking know, do I?
Serkis is gonna be, I don't know.
Well, he's gonna be the villain. That's established.
But of like the sequel of Black Panther, or is it gonna be? I hope he appears in this one. Maybe. I hope they don't like open the thing with like.
Maybe he'll be the after credit for it.
Yeah.
It's him breaking into. Fuck me in the asshole. I've just figured out. Okay, you ready? You heard it here first. Andy Serkis breaks into Wakanda and finds Bucky.
Right.
No, that's it. That's all we got. I couldn't write fan theories. I'd lose interest. I'd be like, so Ron gets out his wand and inserts it into. I don't care.
Wait, I guess what you're going at is like, so Claw finds Bucky and
weaponizes him again.
Well, finds like
the arm.
An arm, right? Because they're both missing arms.
Is it the same arm?
I don't know.
Maybe he's just got backwards arm, just like
I
am Claw.
Come on. But
it's maybe he becomes the Claw in Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it now.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, last piece of news in Marvel is probably the biggest news to come out of it. Even though we can't really talk about it much, this is just an opinion thing. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel.
I was advocating this. I think were you on the fence about this? About Brie?
No, I was behind it, but I wouldn't have. I think I was
confused as to why.
No, I think I was just open to it being someone else as well.
Oh,
I think I was like, if this rumor falls through, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, but no, I'm fine with it being her. I really like Brie Larson.
Which I would have done. I would have cried. I've got like
spill it?
It's condensation because they've been left out of the fridge.
Interesting. We didn't want to ruin the run of this podcast.
We're running over to the fridge every 5 minutes to get a drink. Why are we drinking during this? Who knows?
Because we're off out.
I'm so glad that Brie Larson is a thing, but for some...
She's a very attractive thing.
When Kevin Feige was like, "It's Brie Larson!" Like, you always expect Kevin Feige to do like a speech he does.
I am!
No, but he's like, Captain Marvel's like a big part of the MCU, and you know, she's been...
Did he just sort of say it and then walk off?
He was like, wow, we've got the whole family up here to get this picture of the MCU, but let's get the newest member, Brie Larson. And then he just appeared. That was it. It was like, oh, wow.
Hooray!
Thanks, Feige.
Very well. That's
Feige.
fine. That's all he needed to do. Why
Yeah,
not?
but I wanted him to be like, so we've announced her, and yo, the film's coming out, and here's some footage, or something like. He could have wrapped...
Footage?
Not footage, like concept art. Because they
maybe,
showed off Black Panther concept art as soon as they announced Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman.
but it wasn't him. It wasn't his head, was it?
No, but it was still the costume.
Yeah.
I want to see the costume. Show us Marvel lady. What's her name?
Well, I mean, it's
Captain
like
Marvel.
years until it comes out. It's
Who cares?
many years.
I don't care.
Black Panther we saw the year after they announced who the actor was. We saw him in action.
Yeah.
So...
God, friggity fruzzle. Yeah, but this makes me believe, actually, now I think about it, her announcement so early means she's definitely going to appear in someone else's film. She's got to.
After credit.
Yeah, but yeah, even then,
Yeah.
like,
But
she has to. Who could she appear in? Who have we got coming up? Spider-Man, maybe? No.
It'll be a...
Next year is 2 space ones.
Can't be
It's not
Thor.
gonna be those.
Can't be... It won't be next year. It'll be the year after.
Which is Black Panther, Ant-Man 2.
Could be Ant-Man.
I can't imagine. I mean, it could be.
Where is she from? Is she space? Is she...
Well, her original... the thing is, in the comics,
Can be.
she wasn't like the original Captain Marvel. There was a guy called Marvel who was Captain Marvel.
He was
like
the
an
son of someone.
Yeah, he was like a Kree alien guy who then like got exploded, and then like he like exploded on her or something, and then like she bonded with him or something. That
So,
sounds...
Sam, when a man loves a woman
a man
very much...
when a man explodes on a woman and bonds with her.
we got 9 minutes before this first hour runs out, so we'll try to get through Marvel first, and then...
Woo, yeah.
Actually, we're pretty much done with...
Let's stop talking about Brie Larson.
Shall we cut it off here and then go on to the trailers?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we don't want to be like midway through a thing. So yeah. Well, I was going to tell them what we were doing, so they don't just see like a jump and then...
Well, no, carry on and do it. I'm just going to do a dramatic...
Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, basically we can only record for an hour, as I explained at the beginning of the video. So we're going to end it now, and then we're going to come back with the trailers and such. So yeah. See you right now!
Oh! I hope that cut kind of works.
Yeah, me too. I doubt it will.
I can't remember how I ended the
I think you were pointing.
Let's
Anyway.
go.
So yeah. Should we do our DC trailer first?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do the least important one, I guess?
Least important?
Or Flash?
Oh. Least important?
Yes, Flash.
Yeah, Flash. Look time. Flashpoint. Everyone knew they were going to do Flashpoint.
It just looks shit. Like,
outrage. How can you say that?
because it looks shit.
It looks shit.
It's that whole bit where he's like, what shall we call this version of reality?
Flashpoint.
How about Flashpoint? It should have been a Cisco line. We were saying this earlier.
Yeah, but why would Cisco say it? Because the time changed. Now
Because
Cisco's a
but
billionaire.
Cisco's still a nerd.
Cisco's
at
the
heart.
richest man in the world,
But
apparently.
even if he turned around and went, what, like a Flashpoint? Like, I would
Oh,
have been like,
Cisco's
there's
still
still a
naming
bit of
stuff.
Cisco out there for you to wank over.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
If it's no.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's
I lost interest in season 2 halfway through.
So speaking of trailers we don't care about, to do with Marvel, Legion.
Yeah.
It's Professor X's son, I believe, in the
Oh,
comics.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether they'll go down that route, but this is on FX, so it's Fox's production.
Because it's Fox without an O.
But I feel like it's got Marvel behind it.
Well, it's the same television
Production
team,
team, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a positive thing, I guess.
Which is scary because it means they're pulling away resources from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nah, bun. They're not doing that.
They
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s
they gave them all the interns. They're like, oh, just take these guys.
S.H.I.E.L.D's their focus.
Yeah. it looks vaguely interesting. There was like a few cool bits with like the move, like he was he pushing people and pulling people around and doing stuff. And
it was just sort of, it was hard to grasp what was going on. For a property no one knows what is. It just sort of dropped. It didn't explain enough.
It was kind of funny. It's probably the best thing about it.
There was jokes in it.
There was humour and stuff,
which is fine.
At the end of the day, wasn't interested. Don't know enough about it. I'll cautiously wait for more.
Yeah. I might give it a look. I'll give it 3 episodes, as I always do.
Yeah, why not? That's a good mantra.
Yeah. Anyway, so these
I don't even know what mantra means. I just started saying it since he said it in Doctor Strange.
Just I heard that word once.
Mantra.
I said that with predicament. No idea what that means.
Just a situation.
But it just sounds nice.
Yeah.
I like the word. It's my favourite word. Don't know what it means.
You don't know what I mean?
No, I do.
Okay, you do. Okay.
I was trying to help you not seem stupid, but you ruined it.
But I was just imagining you at a marriage. What a predicament we're in. No, we're getting married. Fuck off. I'm the best day of our lives. What a predicament we found ourselves in here.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Nah, my girlfriend can fuck off.
Oh.
Nah, I love her.
Jeez, I'm gonna just timestamp this and send it to her.
Hey babe, you're a dickhead.
This is what he said.
Nah, maybe, no, doubt it. Realistically speaking, what did we just do? We just did Legion, so we're back onto DC. Woohoo! The Suicide Squad trailer.
I love this trailer because
it's the music remix.
The music remix trailer. And it makes it awesome.
Which is the only trailer I think that wasn't called the Comic-Con trailer.
Yeah. It was called the music, but at the start of the trailer, it's like, "Hey, Hall H, do you want to see something cool?" And it's like, "Well, it's a Comic-Con trailer, then, isn't it?"
Woo!
But
then it starts off with, "All my friends are heathens, take it slow."
It's so cool. But you actually get the thing is, it's not so much because I was looking for the Comic-Con trailer, and I was like, "What is this remix thing?" So I just clicked on it, and it was just the coolest.
I really like that. That song is growing. I'm not a huge fan of 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Not a huge lover of their music, but that song is fucking good.
Well, you say that, but the third song in that trailer, the last one, I'm not a massive fan of dubstep, but that was a
what is it? Is that the Wiz Khalifa?
What? No, it's Skrillex and
Lil.
What's his name? Can't remember. He's got glasses, sunglasses. They all have. I don't know.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder. It's Skrillex and Stevie Wonder.
The best team up ever.
It's just a great. I don't know. I just really enjoy it because it's so badass, and the way they use the song in the trailer is awesome as well. Because it's the bit right at the end.
Does this also have? Oh, sorry, go on.
But Harley, it's nothing basically. But Harley Quinn beats up a dude in an elevator. But they play the dubstep beat to it. So it's boom, 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 and then the elevator opens. And they're oh fuck,
hey boys. Yeah. And he just walks out. Yeah.
And you get butt cheeks.
Yeah, she. Do they play the dum 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 Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia?
No.
Isn't there because it's Panic at the Disco who were doing it in the film,
Right.
So on the album it's the Panic at the Disco cover.
Right.
And I feel like it starts off with just the dun 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 dun.
I don't know if it does.
Because I feel like I've seen a trailer with an instrumental version of the. And it's obviously not Queen because you can tell by the guitar playing.
Maybe. I don't know.
I can't remember. I only watched it once.
It was a cool trailer.
Because the thing is, I'm getting to the point now where it's so close. I'm only watching it once.
So you don't take in more information.
Because I don't want it ruined.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't talk about. I mean, there's not much that it gives away in it, but
no, you can talk about it. I don't get it. I've already had it. I've already seen it, so I know what you're going to say. But
I mean, it just heavily hints more at the fact that. In fact, in all the previous trailers, they've been oh yeah, Enchantress is on the team.
Yeah,
And then in this one, they're just
Cara Delevingne's not even in it.
Yeah, they're just not even coy
I think she's in one shot.
Yeah, one shot where she's in light vortex, and she's Grr! And that's it. That's the one thing she's in.
I like Cara Delevingne.
She's probably the villain. Although I think there is another villain.
Yeah, I think she's the villain working with someone else. That's the type of feel I got.
Well, because in the trailer there's like those like whips that keep coming out and grabbing people, and then like the train is getting destroyed as it like goes through the person. That's probably not Enchantress. Like, it doesn't look like her. So,
they think that. They ever think that's the tattoo guy, or
at this point I'm doubting it's that.
No, I don't.
I was like an advocate.
I feel like he's always a tree man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's got these other things he can do.
What if it's
Group?
No, but who was the dude that Lex Luthor was talking to in the extended?
I don't know. I've not seen it.
Well, remember I showed you the
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. What if it's him? Because he's kind of got the.
I don't think it's him. Because he's
him.
the bad guy in Justice League. Everyone's sort of presuming.
Good point. Yeah.
Steppenwolf.
That is a name of a rock band, right?
They were the guys who did "Born to Be Wild." Let's do these in order. So we've got the Luke Cage teaser, or was it a trailer? I can't remember which one.
I think they call it a teaser, but the definition of a teaser trailer.
Well, the thing
is like
the teaser for which we'll talk about in a minute, but the Justice League is like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
You're not teasing anything.
No,
you can fuck off with your teaser. Like that's a trailer.
This is a straight up trailer.
Get the fuck out of here.
But it's been like that for 3 years now. Like every teaser has just been the first official long trailer, basically.
Yeah.
The only teaser I've ever seen that's an actual teaser was the Ant-Man trailer for Ants trailer, where it was like 5 pixels wide.
Yeah.
Do you remember
that?
Yeah,
where it was like the trailer like sped up, but
and tiny.
Like, I remember that. That was great.
Yeah, well, that was the marketing for Ant-Man was hilarious.
Even like down to the first poster they released, where it was just white and then just him in the middle, like but tiny.
Yeah.
Luke Cage. I've only seen this once, but there was that cool shot where he kicks down the gated doors because he breaks into prison by the looks of it, or like a county jail or whatever.
Yeah, there was like he had a car door, I think.
He picks up a car door.
That was it, and he like carried it for it, but he was using it as a shield, even though he doesn't need a shield.
No,
but it's hilarious because he then used it to like wrap around a guy.
Well, I think in what they established in Jessica Jones is he just gets pissed off with like clothes getting destroyed all the time.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Like that's hilarious. Like imagine that. Like you're getting shot at, and the thing you're worried about is like, great, now I've got to buy a new shirt. Like, Jesus. Who is he? Captain Kirk.
I think the most interesting part. I mean, it wasn't.
There was a review. It's not doing very well.
The most interesting part of the whole kind of like Luke Cage stuff was the director, or rather, I think like the showrunner, was talking about how they named the episodes, and each episode is named after a song from a rap group. I can't remember their name.
NWI?
No. I might have to look.
Oh, is it DMC?
No. Keep talking about something, and I'll find it.
Okay. But yeah, no, I thought it really, because it's got a similar feel to his character in Jessica Jones, because it sort of stood out in Jessica Jones.
Well, yeah, he
sort of didn't feel right within the Jessica Jones.
Well, it's funny
stuff.
because it was like tonally different,
because
he was basically from his own TV show sort of thing.
But which is why I think he's like was one of my favorite characters in the DC, in the MCU Netflix.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones stuff. But yeah, no, I thought it looked good enough. It was just basically him kicking ass.
Yeah.
Which is sort of what he does always. But yeah, it was. I'd watch it. I'm gonna watch it just because.
Oh, each episode is named after a Gang Starr song.
I don't know.
Do we know Gang Starr? I thought it was someone else.
Maybe if I heard them, but
Gang Starr.
Don't play it. Well,
no, I'm not gonna play.
We'll get copyrighted.
We'll get like DMC'd or whatever. But I could have sworn it was someone else. No, Wu-Tang Clan is who I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Wu-Tang.
The guys who sold their album to that asshole.
Maybe. I don't know anything about it, to be fair. But yeah, I know that in the panel they did, he was talking a lot about the Wu-Tang Clan. But yeah, so each episode is named after a Gang Starr.
That's cool.
Song, which is cool because like the way it was really interesting how he described it. Like, I've never heard of a sort of TV show talked about in this way, but he was saying like back in the day you would listen to an album because obviously there was no like social media or anything. You would wait for an album to come out you'd get it and you'd just sit down and listen
to it
to all of the songs, and you'd listen to how each song got into the next one, and it was like there was an order to it and that kind of thing. And he said you don't really have that anymore with CDs or with songs.
Yeah, I've only recently started listening to whole albums.
Yeah, and like so what he was saying was just like it's almost like now the modern day version of doing that back then is binge watching a TV show.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So he was saying that
cool,
the kind of care
analogy
they've put into Luke Cage was this is an album, and like each episode flows into the next, and like each one should have a meaning and its own sort of purpose and stand on its own, but at the same time be part of like a narrative.
Yeah,
and like I found that so fascinating.
Well, the only other thing I can kind of think of that did that, which we started watching together and never finished, was Better Call Saul season 2. And apparently each episode, once you get to the last episode, or the first letter of each episode spells out, here comes Gus, or Gus is back, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Gus has returned, or whatever. But yeah, so and then in the last episode you get Gus back, and he's working at
Spoiler alert.
Los Hermanos. Well, that's not really a spoiler. Is it a spoiler? I mean, it's a spoiler that he comes back, but that would have been his first introduction, so he wouldn't have been anything.
Yeah, it's obvious that Gus will be in it.
Important.
Yeah. Because Mike needs to meet him, I suppose, doesn't he?
I should have peed during the break. Oh well, it'll be fine. Well, you can watch me need to pee.
So no, I'm like genuinely like it's so weird because I was totally into watching Luke Cage.
Yeah.
But now because this guy has shown so much respect for like how much care he wants to put into this, I'm like I need to watch this because this guy.
Yeah,
like,
just because of
this guy's passion for it. Yeah, like. Yeah, I want to watch it right now.
That is cool. I'm looking forward to it.
On a related note, I don't know if you've written this down, but did you see the Defenders teaser?
I did, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Can we not go into that? Is that not the perfect transition?
Okay, I really need to pee.
Right.
So for the first time, and probably the only time ever, I'm going to stop this mid hoo-ha.
Okay.
You're going to get a second cut.
Neil's gonna go for a pee.
Nah.
I was hoping you'd like cut it out and then like I'd come back in going ee and then he went for a pee.
Alright, do that again. We'll try again.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Going for a pee.
No, we're not doing a harmony.
Go pee.
We peed. We did it. Fucking hell. I mean,
we're acting like we're drunk, but we've had like nothing. We've had basically.
I've had a pint and a half or something. Some sort of thing.
Right, let's continue.
What were we going to talk about? Defenders. Yes. What do you think of that? I thought it was cool. I like the way all the spelling of the Defenders is every font of the MCU.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Netflix.
Apart from there was like an E or someone was like, "What about that letter there in the F or something? Like, where did that come from?" Like, I don't fucking know.
Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
Fist. Was it F? D would be Daredevil. E.
It could be anything.
Anything.
Jessica, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Seven Iron Fist.
N.
Iron Fist.
Oh yeah.
They'd probably cover their ass on all of them.
Yeah.
Unless they've got a secret one. That's a little Easter egg.
Punisher. It's Punisher.
It's Punisher. Could be Punisher.
It might not have been the letter, it might have been the font actually. Someone was like, well, where'd that font come from? It was probably like Punisher or something.
No, I don't know. I don't really care. But I was excited. It got me excited for it. I was like, I'm glad they're being like, well, people want this, so we'll promote it.
Was there like audio playing? There was like
I'm almost done with this.
What happened? Was it like something like, were they playing audio clips from each one that corresponded to the idea of the Defenders or something? Was that a thing that happened?
Yeah, it was sort of like Gotham needs a hero, and can we?
That was it, yeah.
Or something. It wasn't Gotham.
It was definitely Gotham needs a hero. Why did I just agree to that?
I'm the hero that Gotham deserves, but not what it needs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In fairness, Daredevil is the best Batman show we've ever had.
Oh yeah. No, well, 89.
Rather, Daredevil is the best Arrow TV show we've ever had. Well, because we probably talked about this already, but like the Arrow subreddit, got so pissed off with the Arrow television show that they changed it to be.
Yeah, we mentioned that in another podcast.
I love that so much.
That's brilliant. That's fucking comedy gold.
Rather just doing discussions of each episode of Daredevil instead. Carry on.
But yeah, well, there's not really much to talk about the Defenders apart from the fact they just sort of show clips of everything we've got so far.
Yeah. It's just exciting.
Yeah.
You know? I think, was there an Iron Fist trailer?
There was.
Ooh. We just cover Netflix now. Fuck it.
Well, then we're sort of done with thing. Actually, no. Then we end on we end on a DC. No, yeah, this works. So yeah, Iron Fist got a trailer. I don't really remember what happened.
I don't know if I watched this now. I think about it. I
know
there was one.
I do. Because I definitely watched it because it was basically just him with a beard.
I watched it drunk. Oh no, I remember now.
Did you?
Yeah, when we came home from the place that we go out to. It might have been the pub. I can't remember if it was the pub or like the boat place. I don't know about saying names. I don't know if anyone cares.
We drink at a club in Bristol.
Yeah, there you go.
That's on a boat.
It's on a boat, so you probably
just
know
Google that and you'll find the name.
You're on a boat. But yeah, I think it might have been there. I came home at like 5 a.m. Watched
okay, so that would have been like Saturday.
Yeah.
No wait, when?
Yeah, it would have been Saturday.
Yeah. No, it was Saturday.
And I came home and it was like light, like the sun was up, and I watched it and I was like laughing because I was drunk and I was like, "This is a funny trailer," or something. I can't remember what I was laughing at. It might have been. It might have been like
the events of the night.
It might have been like Suicide Squad or Justice League. I can't remember, but yeah, I remember watching it then, and I think there was just some hints at the idea that he'd been raised by someone or something, and then he punched a wall. Did he punch a wall through?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I'm sorry, but I can't remember.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool that we're getting stuff for Iron Fist. Is that next year? Is that because I presume they're doing 2 next year? Which
yes, it'll be Luke Cage and Iron Fist,
and then Jessica Jones, then Defender.
No, then Defender, then Jessica Jones.
Ooh,
and then Punisher. And then Daredevil 3 because they've announced that as well.
I just did the weirdest face. But yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Woo.
This actually might not be our longest podcast, which I'm surprised about.
The longest will be the Civil War, always.
Yeah,
that was just the length of the movie. We spoke about the movie
without
watching.
Plus extra.
Plus extra, yeah.
That's our. If you want to do a rewind video for Civil War,
just
watch our review where we talk scene by scene.
Spoiler discussion, yeah.
Yeah, a LampPod.
With no notes as well. We had no notes for that.
Yeah, we genuinely didn't.
We just.
Because the only one I've ever had notes for was Ghostbusters, which is the last one we did.
Yeah, we just got through the whole of Civil War purely by memory.
That wasn't well.
Good on us. Woo!
So usually we'd have to be like, that was a high five that you
just
heard.
You can just slap our knee.
Isn't that?
Yeehaw!
That's a laugh I did once in one. I did a knee slap.
And I animated it.
And you animated it.
Clever. It's the most recent highlights video.
I'd love it. Anyway,
humble.
I feel like we should talk about Justice League last.
Yeah. Because it's the farthest away film.
Yeah. So Wonder Woman, what did you think of the Wonder Woman?
Oh, it looks great.
It does.
I was so worried about it because they released that picture, didn't they, with Entertainment Weekly, and it was just like a bunch of like the women stood along the beach, and like people were like, oh, like the same thing they said about Gal Gadot. They were like, oh, she's not bulky enough to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I know.
But like. Now,
but it's just that whole super strength thing where you don't need the muscle to
exactly.
have it.
Well, now Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. It's like, this is fine. Like this looks great. It looks fantastic. It's just she's got like colour in her costume now. Like she's red, white,
this one's
blue,
going to be the one.
Gold.
Yeah, this one's going to be the one that transitions from colour from the dark Snyder into the colour that you sort of see in the Justice League.
And like it was, I think the shot that really sold me on it was. Because it's set in World War One, right? Like originally, like Wonder Woman came about in World War Two in the comics originally, but like they've decided, I think, World War One is the perfect time for it. And it was the shot of her climbing the ladder to go over the trenches
with the lasso.
Yeah, with the lasso. Yeah. And it's just like I think it's just the shot of her head, and she just appears, and it's just like color, and it's like. She's surrounded by
the DC universe is saved.
Well, no, it's like she's surrounded by like.
What is the Battle of the Somme?
Is that the one that she's in?
I'm not sure, but it's going over the top. That's basically what they're hinting to.
Exactly, yes, that kind of thing.
It's not the Battle of the Somme because America wasn't involved, and I presume she's on America.
Yeah, probably.
But they went at the Somme.
I mean, she'll meet Chris Pine, Steve Trevor, who's American, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's shown in the trailer. He washes up on a beach.
Exactly, which makes me believe.
I think there was some sort of explanation as to how that happens. I think he's pilot and he
Yeah.
crashes into the ocean and then washes up on the
Yeah,
spot.
that's always how it's been. I think in the comics, it's
Yeah.
like he always found a way.
I'm
mysteriously
annoyed
find
Chris
it.
Pine won't be in.
Yeah. Well, I think we.
I hope they don't do like a this is his nephew.
Well, I think we were hoping.
Fuck off.
We were hoping that he'd become like Nick Fury, but like he'd be in old makeup for like every other film. We're just like old.
That would
Chris
just
Pine.
fuck me off.
Yeah, well, because it's like
he's
just
going
get
to
an old guy.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
Because this whole film, basically, all right. So this film to me has no stakes.
Right.
Because you know she's going to survive.
And disappear for 100 years.
Yeah, or whatever. But you know she's fine at the end of this film.
Right.
They fought the like demigod or the most powerful being on the planet.
Doomsday.
That is Doomsday.
Yeah.
In this, she's fighting people with guns. She's gonna be fine. There's no stakes except from Steve Trevor's life. That's the only thing that can, and he's going to die.
Well, I think it's more interesting. I don't think you have to think about it that way. It's
No, but that is it's literally just like
there is no
there's
stakes.
nothing there.
But there is a theory at the moment that one of the German leaders that you see in
Is that the one that was Strider in?
yeah. There is the theory that he's playing Ares, which is obviously the god of war. Because in the comics, like Ares is pretty much Wonder Woman's like arch enemy sort of thing. And like in the New 52, spoiler alert, I mean it came out a few years ago now.
Yeah, no, it's been out long enough.
Wonder Woman actually ends up.
But-
Wonder Woman has to kill Ares, and in the comics she becomes the god of war. So I'd be very curious to see if
They go down that.
if it is Ares, she kills him, and then you find out that like when she appears in Batman v Superman, she's the god of war.
That'd be cool.
That's really cool, I think. But what's interesting about this film is it's gonna have to explain why she decided to disappear for 100 years and then come back.
Well, she's not gonna want to fight for man to begin with. That's gonna be the whole point. She's on this island.
Yeah.
She's not gonna see any like man or a beast to her. Steve Trevor shows up. He's like, "Oh, I'm a good guy."
Yeah.
She's like, "Maybe they deserve help."
Yeah, let's help them.
He dies. That's her whole reason for being Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, and it's like
That's how this film's gonna play out.
she'll see the horrors.
It's formulaic
Yeah.
enough to know that.
But he'll probably die as a result of the horrors and pointlessness of World War One. She'll be like, "What is the point of this war?"
Yeah.
And then she'll disappear. Because like this film is like so.
I feel like she'll help out in World War II, and that'll be something they explain.
Okay.
But she doesn't help out in the eye of the like.
In the
She
conventional
doesn't
sense.
it doesn't help out in a big way like she does in World War One.
Yeah,
She helps out by maybe she assassinates Hitler.
Yeah.
Maybe she.
Yeah, she's like, "Fuck this." You know what? Just goes into Berlin. It's like, yeah, Hitler.
Head comes off.
Hitler, like, you know, he shot himself. Wonder Woman killed him. I don't know if they'll do that, but I think it's such a. I can't believe how well timed it is, because 2017 will be 100 years since America joined World War One. That's like 1917 when they joined.
Was it?
Yeah, they were only.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, because it was 1922 when the war ended.
No, the war ended in 1918.
Oh, did it?
They were in the war for about a year.
Was it Downton Abbey that takes place in 1922?
I think so. Yeah. I think Downton
I've
Abbey.
never seen Downton Abbey. I just know when it takes place. I'm like, yeah, it was 1922.
I think Downton Abbey like started in like the 1800s, but like I think the same cast just like go through time. I don't know. I have no idea what Downton Abbey.
We don't know
does.
why it's a big thing.
Yeah, but no.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
I-
That wasn't at Comic Con. Get out of here.
I feel like
You downers.
you're downers. You're down abbeys.
You downed us.
You abbeys.
You aborigines.
Aborigines.
Get out of here.
I can't explain why I'm excited for this film, but I am. It's just perfectly timed. It's going to be amazing to see why, like, the moment she's just like, fuck this. Like, fuck the human race. They're having a war about nothing. Like, whatever. And she'll just, I don't know, she'll become the god of war maybe, and then disappear for 100 years.
Hooray!
I hope they handle it perfectly.
Hooray!
I hope it goes well.
I think this film will go well. I think this film will go better than Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad did the reshoots after everyone reacted badly to Batman.
Yeah.
Batman v Superman. I don't feel like they can save it on those reshoots.
Yeah.
I feel like the first script for Wonder Woman followed Batman vs Superman. Then it was like,
But like, it was in production.
yeah.
When, like,
Then it was like, now we need to make some edits. Now we need to add some color. Now we need to fix it. And then like Justice League will be fine.
But then I suppose you can kind of explain in the lore, like, oh, she had colour in her suit back then. And then Batman v Superman, she hadn't been Wonder Woman. The suit's old. And then you can just repaint it for Justice League.
She was fine in Batman v Superman. There was nothing wrong with her in Batman v Superman.
Apart from the scene where she just gets an email.
That's not her fault.
It's not her fault at all. It's just a shit scene.
She was great.
What a shit scene, though. I can't believe that.
Alright, so on to the last Marvel news we have to talk about.
Yes. Doc Strange.
No.
Oh.
No. What? No.
Doctor Strange?
No, it's not. Fuck off.
Oh.
There's nothing announced about Doctor Strange. This is the Howard the Duck movie that's being announced.
Oh yeah, that one.
No, yeah, it's Doctor Strange. I just like announcing it.
Right? Oh, right.
I just like having the control over
Stealing your thunder.
what we're talking about.
The only control you have over this shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Although you may have noticed that these go up on time now.
Yeah. Podcasts go up on Fridays.
Quite consistently over the last 2 weeks that I've done it.
The previous 2. Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
Doctor Strange, the best trailer I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
Would I go that far?
Yes.
Would I go that far?
Well, maybe.
I think The Dark Knight was a better trailer.
I don't remember that trailer. That was like 2008.
Just because they showed very little of the Joker, but they showed his. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
Oh, right.
And it was just that whole speech with like shit happening over the top of it, from what I remember. I think there's probably.
Well, maybe it's not. I don't know.
It's the prettiest trailer I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just.
It looks immaculate.
It's purely because it's so balls to the wall insane. But like, what I love about it is
Shambhala.
I think the reason I like it is because you can tell certain parts of it are practical, yet they're presented as magic.
Yeah.
So the way that they teleport around the world, right? It's a swirling ring of like sparks and fire. That's like practical. I'm pretty sure you can do that.
No, yeah, you can do it. I'm not sure if they did do it, but yeah,
maybe they didn't. But like, I don't know if any of you watching are subscribed to the Slow-Mo Guys. Don't know if you're subscribed to the Slow-Mo Guys.
I have been before. I know a lot about.
Yeah, they recently did a video where they get like
Gavin Free.
It's called and Dan Grucci that everyone
forgets. Apparently he's joining Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, he is. I think he's.
They're trying to get him to anyway.
I think so. Yeah, once he finishes his remaining year of the army. Yeah,
which is cool. Love a good RT.
They did a slow-mo video.
Hire us. We play games occasionally.
Very rare, like 2 months ago.
We know very little about games. We've talked about like Matthew 3 once. And
that was like the one game we've ever spoken about in this podcast.
Actually, no, we talked about Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a point. But that's kind of different, I think.
I don't know why I remember that.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, fuck it.
But yeah, so
moving on.
In one of their videos, they did it's like, I think it's called like, it's like wool, but it's like metal. Mm-hmm. So it's like steel wool or something. But basically, if you light it, it like sparks like mad. And so he would spin it around, and it would make loads of sparks and stuff. And like that's
filming in slow motion.
Yeah, they film in slow motion, and that's exactly what.
Well, it's like just having a So anyone who's ever played drums knows how to spin a drumstick around their fingers, or trick it and just spin your wrist whilst holding the drumstick in between your little finger and your thumb. Spin it.
Right.
So basically, if you had a sparkler and did that fast enough, you'd make a circular effect.
I don't know why I went through that contrived explanation of what they did, but yeah, it's basically that same effect.
Yeah. So yeah, you could do that practically.
And I just thought, wow, what a genius way! Like
it was probably cheaper for them to do it CGI than to edit out like a stick or whatever.
Yeah, and some dude like hey, like spinning.
But whatever. No, but I get what you mean.
It's
not complicated.
I never would have thought of that, like, because when you think of teleportation, you think of, for example, in the same universe, like the portal that opened in the Avengers.
Yeah,
it's just like a hole in space.
Or like Harry Potter with the
yeah, or
diagonally,
and then how they, like, you know how they like.
Oh yeah, in the later films.
Apparate. Is it apparate?
Yeah.
They like apparate into whatever. That's like
they sort of fold in half.
Yeah,
and then get dragged out.
And then Ron does it wrong, and is like half of his stomach is missing. It's like hideous.
That was weird film, really weird movies.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like an interesting way of doing it, and it's just like this swirling vortex of sparks. That's so cool.
But yeah,
I don't know. And then like they're doing the Inception shit, and like Another interesting part of the trailer for me. Sorry if we've just rambled. This whole thing is just rambled.
Always.
But there is a moment where you can see the city is like wobbling. Like it's looking down the street and the city's like wobbling. But like there's pedestrians who just aren't moving.
The shot is of Doctor Strange and
Mordo, Baron Mordo.
I don't know who's the guy who's in 12 Years a Slave. His character.
I had a form or something. Yeah,
his character, off like literally slipping down the street.
They're like slipping horizontally,
but everyone else is just walking normally.
Yeah,
which is cool because it's
so bizarre and it's like.
Yeah, it's abstract.
Is everyone else like walking?
The thing is, they've done
it
the same way as they did. Have you ever seen any of the behind the scenes on Into Darkness?
No.
So basically, there's that scene in Into Darkness where Scotty and Kirk are falling and they're both hanging off the like railing over a little bridge.
Okay.
In the middle of the ship.
Right.
So basically, they slide down the ship whilst the ship turns at the gravity is like off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just a piece of string and them on like flooring.
Right.
And this is just going to be like Benedict Cumberbatch and the other guy. Yeah. Just basically on like a roller, like a skateboard.
Yeah.
Like being pulled by a piece of string.
Oh no!
I'm doing this.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's effective, whatever the fuck they're doing. But yeah. I don't know why I mentioned that.
It's bizarre. And then the other bit is where
it's strange.
What's his name? Mads Mikkelsen's character.
Mads Mikkelsen is.
He's on like he's basically stood on a building during that end bit, and then he like punches the building, but instead of the building smashes, it just like I guess ripples in space happen, and like it just wobbles, and it's just
it's like when you skim a stone and you get
a ripple
effect.
It's so interesting, and this is why I'm excited for this film because I just want to see how they explain all that.
Yeah.
So like, what is if no one else can see that, how will they get? What's going to happen in Infinity War when like Doctor Strange is like fighting with the rest of them, and it will cut to like Doctor Strange's perspective, and all this crazy shit is happening. Well, maybe cut to Iron Man. He's like, "What the hell is he doing?" Like,
it's just him go,
and then like slides down sideways, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Bro, you're acting strange. Can me.
Doctor Strange.
I want to end this video with a tower of cans.
Oh, can you? I thought you said, "Can we?" And I was like,
"Can we be in Doctor? Can we direct Doctor Strange?"
Yeah, I mean, if you've
we're
seen
too late.
The skit that we did, so well directed, we could do anything.
It was well edited. I'm not sure about directed, but
there was no direction.
But yeah, it would. It did the trick. Go watch the BFG review
because it's not a review.
It's really not. Do you want to talk about Justice League or Lego Batman?
Lego Batman. Why are you whispering to me?
I don't know because I didn't know if you wanted to end with Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
Okay, so we're gonna tell them we're gonna talk about Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
Alright, cool. Alright, so next on the list is Lego Batman. I can see your reaction, like, what the fuck? Yeah, Lego Batman.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this.
It's so good.
I'm getting more and more excited for it the more sort of stuff I see.
Michael Cera is fucking
Michael Cera's Batman is the best thing to ever happen.
Robin.
But couldn't happen in live action.
Robin. He's Robin.
He is.
You said Batman.
Did I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah. I thought you said
I'm drinking.
Michael Cera as Batman is the best thing to ever happen.
I think I said. I might have meant to have said Michael Cera in Batman.
You know what? You probably said that. And
I don't
apologise.
We'll watch it back, and I'll put some words across the screen, either calling me or Sam an idiot.
Yes.
I won't. Fuck it.
It's too much podcast.
I'm lazy.
But yeah, and it's like it's too jazzy or something.
Yeah, he's putting on different costumes. And he's like, what about reggae? I can be reggae Batman.
Yeah. I love it, like because the R is obviously reggae, right? Instead of Robin, it's
no. I think there's an actual reggae costume with with dreadlocks and a reggae.
Yeah, I know, but then he puts it on and it's like R.
Oh, is that it?
I think so because he rips off the legs.
I've only seen all of these trailers like once.
I've watched the Batman one 1.5 times.
But yeah, no, and then there's just like, you know what? These are great, but they're a little confining. It's like, That's much better.
Yeah, breezy or
I
something.
can literally only look you in the eyes right now.
And it's like, what is the password to get in the Batcave? And he's like, no, Batman. Password accepted. So good.
So wait, you live in Bruce Wayne's basement? No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
It's so genius.
We also get the first voice acting of Zach Galifianakis as the Joker.
But it's just...
It's a laugh. It's just a little laugh.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
It's fine.
I'm excited for that. I'm glad because he's got a great voice for it. Yeah. He just could never play it.
No.
So I'm glad they're doing it this way as opposed to like him playing it in The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know. It's like you accidentally adopted a son or something. It's just like, whee! Hello, secret camera.
Yeah, it's like what about the boy you adopted, Mr. Wayne? He's like, what? I thought that was a joke. It's so stupid.
And then it's like, where are the seatbelts? Like, life doesn't give you seatbelts or something. Like,
It's like, I will get Alfred to insert the seatbelts.
We'll just leave very slowly.
I said because they replayed the bit from one of the teaser trailers where it was like where he kicks Alfred across the room. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I have lightning fast reflexes or something.
It's like, I'm gonna go to bed now. It's like, sir, it's 2 a.m. It's 2 p.m. It's like, it was funny. It was just a bit of fun and don't think too much about it. People are like, oh.
Yeah, I was too cautious. I was like, oh, the Lego movie. Why do we need a Batman one? But now I'm like, this is perfect because you'd never get a Batman movie series like that.
Like this.
Which is this
is as like cheesy as the 80s Batman. This is like Adam West Batman level.
Well, I think the thing that's interesting about Batman is because he's like on another tier to everyone else, right? So you've got like, oh yeah, Superman. He's an icon. You've got Spider-Man. He's an icon. But Batman is like on another level where like everyone knows Batman to the point where you can have like 5 different people playing Batman at the same time and no one would care.
No.
It's like Batman is so ingrained into like the world that you can do a parody Batman Lego movie and people will go see it. But at the same time, you can have mega serious Batman in Batman.
You can have Justice League Batman.
Yeah.
You can have Batfleck.
Which is why we were so against having the opening 10-minute montage of Batman v Superman being the Batman origin story because everyone in this day and age knows it. Your grandma, go ask your grandma what the origin of Batman
Go ask
is.
Iris who the fuck Batman is, and she'll be like, "Oh, she's the one who
his parents were killed
with the slow-mo pearls getting dropped over the floor
every time with the pearls."
My grand's always like, "The fucking pearls!" And then Pearl pops her head through the door. She's like, "What?" It's like,
Janet.
"Nothing, Pearl. Fuck off." Get the fuck out of here, you cunt!
Right, you have a nice grandma.
My gran is hilarious. And then she'd be like, have you met Pearl?
Pearl, come in here!
And Pearl would be like, what?
You told me to fuck off!
And my gran would be like, no I didn't! Meet Neil, your grandson! He's your grandson! Fuck off!
Fuck off!
Good luck editing that for highlights. It's so stupid. Yeah, my grand's hilarious. She's fucking nuts.
Next trailer.
Follow Edna on
Twitter. Instagram, Snapchat. She goes
crazy old white woman says.
Janet.
So yeah,
sorry, I'm just naming
our last trailer.
Old people names.
It's Justice League, which we're going to talk about for a good fucking time.
Yeah, it's not even going to be that long.
It's going to be long because I got a lot I liked about this trailer.
Really? Okay.
What did you think about? Let's go character by character. Aquaman. What did you think?
Awesome, because they're making him not scary, but like imposing, which is exactly what the character needs. Because people are like, Aquaman.
Jason Momoa is not
Momoa.
Whatever.
He's Samoan, but he's Momoa.
Fuck off. Jason Momoa is not charismatic at all.
No.
Come
on, he is.
No, because this trailer, literally, everyone's like his
in person, he's charismatic. I think.
Yeah, but his role in Game of Thrones is only popular because the books tell you he's cool.
Yeah.
He's literally like I've seen his introduction few episodes of Game of Thrones, and I'm like,
really do
I don't
much.
give a fuck about this character. But everyone's like, he's the best character in the fucking world!
Yeah.
Jason Momoa, fucking legend! And then I'm getting the same vibe from this. He doesn't really fucking do much in these trailers. Except for stand there looking fucking brawny.
Well, I think the difference between that and this is that in this you're going to see him do some crazy badass stuff. Yeah, this trailer doesn't give that away, but at the same time, they're probably not deep enough into filming to have, or deep enough into editing even, to have that kind of like Aquaman badass.
But he doesn't say anything. He doesn't do fuck all.
There's a really weird bit of editing right at the start where like Batman says something and like I've watched the trailer like 5 times and I still have no idea some of the stuff he says. But then like Aquaman turns around and like the music goes talk, and it's like that. It didn't work.
Well, Batman goes, I've heard there's a man who comes every other month,
like to deliver fish or something.
And he brings you fish
on the king tide or something.
Yeah, and
then he says something then, which I still don't know what he says.
I probably know what it is if you ask me.
Yeah, but and then after that it does the swell where it's like cut short, which is like a classic trope of trailers, and then someone says something. Yeah. It's like the who are you? Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Who? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so bizarre. Like,
it's a trope of new movies.
I didn't get it. It was just like talk, like why, why? I don't know. But yeah, like the thing, I think he's wearing contact lenses as well, which gives him like ridiculously intense eyes.
They're like kind of orange.
Yeah,
like brown orange, like iris,
is almost fish-like, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's what they're going for.
Because like it's almost like pin-sized pupils, which means he's just constantly got that like peering look of like. Gah.
I'm not sure if that was needed.
No,
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing that in that Unite the Seven poster that he was in ages ago.
Like...
Yeah, where they first announced what he looked like.
Who's the seventh?
The seventh would be Hal
Jordan,
but he's not in this film.
No.
Well, then I guess, it adds credence to the idea that Unite the Seven means the 7 Seas and not the 7 Justice League members, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess is that like an early promo for his film, Unite the 7 Seas? I don't know.
I guess no, because everyone linked it to Justice League.
Yeah, because there's always 7 people in Justice League.
There's 7 in this film.
Except in this film,
there's 6. One time.
Because we're getting Green Lantern in 2020. Because
people want to forget about.
Because everyone needs to forget about Ryan Reynolds.
Because sometime between now and then, they're going to assassinate Ryan Reynolds on the set of Deadpool.
On the set of Deadpool, but they'll just regenerate because he is Deadpool.
Fact.
What did you think of Aquaman?
I got that same feeling as I got from what's the name in Game of Thrones?
Khal Drogo.
Yeah, I got that same. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, I got that same feeling. I was like, he's kind of just cool because you're making him seem cool. He hasn't done anything cool.
That is a good point, actually. I'm curious to see how over OTT they go with it in this film to be like, Aquaman's cool, trust us. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be that kind of.
I'm just sort of like, is he?
Yeah, I think he's cool.
Can he?
You got one left, dude.
I know. I want to get it. Yeah. I want to get it up here before the podcast ends.
I'm sure it will be. That's a point. I like finished this bottle like 10 minutes ago, but I've just been sipping from it.
I had one, dude. But I couldn't tell whether you had like a little bit at the bottom or not.
Oh, the condensation on this is unreal.
Woo! I need another beer, but we'll get through this. Aquaman, I'm a bit meh. Flash.
I just want him to be cool.
Flash, I'm very interested in.
I'm excited. One reason I've just realised I'm excited about Flash. You're not pausing this again. Wait, do you actually really need to go?
I really need to pee.
For fuck's sake.
And we're back.
I mean, it's not like we were ever gone. The cut. You guys will just see a cut.
Yeah. I mean, I'll announce that we needed to pee.
Yeah.
In the end, Sam, who just judged me to pee, went to pee. So Flash, what did you think of him? Ezra Miller?
Quality. I really liked him.
I like the fact they've not gone with the gold. Like,
yeah,
it's just blue.
It's blue. Yeah.
Which is nice, isn't it?
Maybe to differentiate it from
it's for the TV show.
TV show, yeah. Costume has been very divisive for a lot of people. I really like it.
I like it now I'm seeing it. I didn't like it because it looked really bulky in the Batman v Superman, where you see Flash jump into Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is odd.
I think he was wearing like extra armor there. I think.
No one knows why.
Oh, Lois Lane is the important thing. Or
Lois, you need Lois Lane. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, who's Lois Lane?
What?
The Pulitzer Prize winner? No way!
No way! I'm gonna meet her. That's stupid.
But I think I just really because it feels like the first tonal change. Suddenly, like you've got no more brooding characters, and it's like. Barry Allen, Bruce Wayne. It's like
you
say that
like it explains
why there's a random guy sat in my second favorite chair, and it just felt. I mean, it's funny and yeah, it's cool. It's just a nice tonal change. I
don't know why they're not using. It's weird to me. Like I was thinking about it the other day. It's spoiler alert either way,
right?
Because the fact that that Superman's not in this trailer gives away he dies.
Yeah.
The fact that Superman could have been in this trailer gives away he comes back.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But, I mean, you should know that he's dead.
Where do you... What, like...
Yeah.
The spoiler... Like, keeping it spoiler-free for anyone is fucking impossible with this movie.
I think the weird thing about this, right, is like, I can't... If Superman didn't die...
He's definitely back because
he's coming. Well, the promo picture for the team had a new picture of Superman with him smiling. He's gonna come back and smile.
Fuck me in the arsehole.
But wow. But
down there.
I was thinking, what? You just threw me off completely by this fucking
my
arsehole.
No, yeah, the fact that he comes back smiling, and also he posted on Instagram like Justice League training or whatever. Sorry about that, we just had some technical difficulties and we're not entirely sure how it happened.
You're going to love the amount of cuts that we use in this.
It's real good. But we have fixed the frame rate. We probably shouldn't have drank in this first one.
No, probably not.
Anyway, yeah. What was I saying?
What I was going to say was Superman being in it.
Uh-huh.
I can't imagine how that scene would have played out. Like, because that scene was great. It was like, what did Aquaman say? More or less. Is he in, like, more or less? More or more
well, the thing
less?
is, he's going to come in at the end. He's going to come in for the last mission because the first time you see the Justice League is the 6 of them. Yeah. Well, it's the 5 of them.
Yeah.
It's Flash, Batman, Justice League. No, it's 4 of them. It's Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So Aquaman...
Jason Momoa's not there. Because he obviously says no.
Yeah.
But then something's going to happen during that mission... That makes him.
He has to.
That makes him. So that affects the fucking global warming or some shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Shit, I gotta go!
The fish died. I've got to jump in." Like, I think
I'd love to hear that scream out of Jason Momoa.
The thing is, they muted the audio when he was getting hit by the waves.
He's like, "This shit, cold. Fuck it up." Can we make that a highlight?
I will try.
Just be don't want it down.
It's like, Bruce, I bring fish to the people of this village because I'm a fisherman. I'm not like waterproof.
He's Fishmonger. He's Eric Fishmonger.
Eric is coming.
He's Killmonger's brother. Shit.
Yeah, I think... Okay, so that scene where you see the 4 of them with Cyborg, I think it looks like they're in a room where they're going to train.
Okay.
Because later in the trailer, like that really awkward shot where it's like Flash in the suit and then he sort of super speeds like 3 feet behind him and he like ducks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a laser shot and it looks like it's probably Cyborg. So Cyborg shoots at him because so it looks like they're probably training in that room where it's like a bridge and there's a ditch on each side, cylindrical shaped room, and they're probably all training together to get used to each other.
Okay.
So I think maybe it's not a mission, it's just training, but I think you're right. Something's going to happen later on where Aquaman has to step in because he would anyway, but they just happen to be there, and he's like, well, fuck it, whatever, let's team up.
Yeah.
Like, I can do this on my own kind of thing. And
what do you think of Ezra Miller being able to just step into the Flash? Just being able to...
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Just immediately be able to be like, alright, I'm now this fast.
Okay.
Because the Flash usually takes a run up.
Yeah.
He takes.
Well, I mean,
it's personal. But in most of the comics, he takes a moment to start into.
Well, I mean, the Flash.
But he literally just steps back, slows down time, catches the thing, realizes everything. It's like, you're Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every single version of Super
really
Speed
hope there's a moment in this. Sorry, I really hope there's a moment in this thing where he catches the thing, goes back into normal time, looks at him and goes, "You're Batman," and then Bruce Wayne just turns around and goes, "I'm Batman." I really hope there's just, and it's like cuts back, see what Wonder Woman's doing. Something completely different.
Yeah. Scene end. Probably. I don't know. But the thing is, every iteration of Super Speed that we've seen in recent years, we've seen Flash TV show, we've seen Quicksilver in the Avengers and Quicksilver in X-Men. All three have just been, I can step into Super Speed. None of them have had run-ups.
Well, you say, but Flash in TV sort of never steps into. He's always running.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah, but it's like
same with the other two. They're always running.
Yeah.
Whereas he just steps.
Yeah.
Sees the bat.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, I'm pretty sure
maybe the only one you could sort of argue that with would be Quicksilver.
Yeah.
In Fox.
Well, because Quicksilver has two versions
Marvels,
of speed. Quicksilver he's running when the time stops, but at the same time he then runs really fast when the time stops. There's such a weird inconsistency.
Well, Quicksilver in the X-Men universe is just very fast. He's probably the closest to Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller's that thing. Whereas Quicksilver in
Age of Ultron
is running all the time.
Is very much if he
slows down, he's like, "What's the matter? Can't keep up or something?" And then he runs off, and Hawkeye's like,
"But then even then
then
there is the scene where Hawkeye shoots through the glass, and he watches the bullet.
Oh yeah, and he's just stood.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's it's so strange that for
I'm
some
annoyed
reason,
that's a bullet. That should be an arrow.
It should be.
I don't know what it should be. It should be something that isn't a bullet.
Well, I think the depiction of super speed should be more like Dash from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Where he's rapid, but
not.
What? I don't know.
Because Dash isn't faster than the speed of sound.
He's just sort of fast.
He's just really quick.
He's just
and he can control his quickness.
Yeah.
But
then even then he has
go for second.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Instead of he has to have a lightning effect or a blue blur effect, which is what Quicksilver has.
Well, I can see why they've done that in the TV show because it's cheaper. It makes more sense. Yeah. Plus, slowed down Flash in TV show looks shite.
Yeah. Especially literally the end shot of the last episode of season 1 where he jumps into the black hole. It's a CG Grant Gustin.
And it's played at the beginning of every fucking season 2 opening.
And it's like,
I am the Flash. No, you're not. You're fucking man in a
your computer generated
green fucking ping pong suit. Fuck off.
Yeah, people saying that the Flash TV show costume is better than the Flash movie version is no.
I can see pros and cons to both.
They're both good. I just think the movie one's better. Probably because they have a bigger budget.
But I do like the cartoon. I think the cartoon one's more to the TV one is more to the comics and cartoons.
Yeah, I liked the origin for the TV one as well. It was a firefighter suit, like an experimental firefighter suit, so it would be resistant to heat strain. Yeah, when he's running. I mean, that's smart. I like that. And then episode 1, he takes the breather mask off, Gah! And then suddenly it's Flash, and it's clever.
But, I don't know how far Flash is going to have in this movie. I feel like he's just going to be Flash, and you're not going to learn about anything in Star City or anything in... Is it Star City?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Central City. You'll probably say a little bit about it.
What's Arrow say?
Arrow is Star. In the TV show, it was Starling, and I think they changed it to Star.
Star City.
Yeah, but in the comics, it's always been Star City.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I knew it was a Star City. I can't remember who was who.
But
yeah, I don't feel like we're going to get a lot of background info on Central City or anything to do with Flash in this film.
Yeah, maybe
he seems a bit cut off from everything.
Yeah, there'll be an allusion to it. Bruce will be like, "Oh, you're from Central City. I'm from Gotham or whatever." And that'll be it.
How close do you reckon Central and Star City is going to be to Gotham in Metropolis in this geography?
Well, I think the only reason Central and Star are near each other is because convenience of the TV show.
Yeah.
So I think the three. So if you imagine,
I'm not even sure if they'll mention Star City at all.
Probably. Oh yeah, no, they won't. There's no need to.
Only in a throwaway line, like we might mention this in the future.
Or like it'll be like one of those like pulls the DVD.
Yeah.
On a picture of a map, and there's like Star Cities like, pointed out or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be an Easter egg as opposed to an actual reference. But I'm not sure how close Central City will be to the two.
I think they can go far away because obviously Flash is fast, so as far away as it needs to be, Flash can run there wherever he needs to.
Where is Jason Momoa supposed to be when Bruce visits? Because he's got a beard.
Well, I don't know.
Is he very far away? Because of his beard?
Because I was for some reason I was under the impression that he would be in the sort of what's above Australia? Is that the Pacific Islands?
Pacific Ocean.
It's not the Med. I can't remember.
No, the Mediterranean is Europe.
Yeah, but wherever it is above.
Maybe it could be the Med. Where's Australia? Australia's quite southern.
Yeah, well, it's the south of the world.
So it could be the Med.
I'm
not sure what side the Med's on.
No, the Med's near us.
The Med is like Italy and
so it'd probably be the Pacific Islands, like Hawaii.
No, I think it might be the Mediterranean.
When you go to America, you cross what sea? Is that
Pacific?
That's Pacific. So the Atlantic Islands. I can't remember.
I think it's the Mediterranean. I think you were correct.
Maybe
we don't care.
Leave in the comments what it is. But yeah, I thought like Samoa is there somewhere. I think.
But he's not from Samoa.
Well, this is the thing.
That's not where they are.
I mean, his name is Arthur Curry. It's like an American name. But I thought for some reason when they showed off the picture of like Unite the Seven, and he had the tattoos, and they just incorporated Jason Momoa's actual tattoos into the design of Aquaman, I just assumed that they'd change it up a bit, and like Aquaman would be living there, but he actually lives in Atlantis and whatever. But
does a bit of both.
Yeah, well, I suppose maybe they could explain it like the Samoan sort of culture is derived from Atlantis or something like that. Maybe I don't know what they'll do with it. There you go. You finally got what you wanted.
But yeah. Everything about the trailers is good. I feel like we should round up.
Apart from unfinished CG Cyborg, but yeah.
Yeah, but it still looks good.
It still looked cool. It looked like. It looked cool.
You'd look cool 10 years ago.
Yeah. That angular, sharp design.
Anyway.
Yeah, we need to finish up. So, thank you for sticking with us this very long podcast today.
Yeah,
sorry for the amount of cuts. We're both drinking, so we need to pee.
Yeah.
We will be more prepared next time when we won't be drinking.
Yeah, we will not be drinking, but we'll still be at this frame raid.
Woo! So thank you very much for watching.
Yeah. Click like, click subscribe, comment down below, do all that shit, and Sam's going to lose breath unless I tell him to say what he's going to say.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.